Okay, I think we're streaming. Let's confirm this. Give me 1 second, ladies and gents. Let's have a look here. Am I streaming? You think I'd work this part out by now? Let's see here. I don't think I am. No, I don't think I am at all. It'd be funny if I am actually streaming. Welcome to my world. I'm just not used to it yet. Just give me a second. Uno momento. Okay, I think we are. Okay, we are. We are? We are. Okay. Geez, I need to confirm that. Give me a second. No, that's not me. Okay, I think we are. Let's go here. Yes, we are. Oh my God, we are live. Oh, too good, too easy. Actually, to be honest, I thought this would be harder. So, not complaining. That's good. Okay, so I just need to mute this. Okay. Move this over there, and I think I need to also do one more thing. Okay. Alright. Done. Done and done. Okay, so this is part 2 of the Elven monk. So, I'm not going to lie to you, I actually experimented with a gnome monk, and I thought it'd be a fail, but in actual fact, it's not too shabby. So, never know. If this one falls down, then maybe we look at the gnome. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I've still got a lot of hope for the elf. I think it's just got a lot of versatility. And, yeah, let's see where we're up to here. Let's see. Judge Olaf in the Hall of Justice. Sounds like the Justice League. What's he missing? Peninsula District. Okay. Alright. Is that it? Okay. Okay, it's not being terribly specific, so unless we go to completed, let's have a look here. Okay, so we've basically just done the Peninsula District. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. We might hop in there briefly just to see if we've handed in a quest, which yields a bit of cash. Now she should be saying all sorts of good things. I'll up the volume. Actually, give me a second. Game options, sound. There we go. Okay, everything's returning to normal. What alignments are we? Lawful neutral. Have you heard anything? There's been any word? Please tell me the peninsula's safe again. Oh no, I've still got the okay, I've got no get lost woman. I'm not your servant. We're not doing that one. I have no news of that. I'll have to ask you to go back over some information. Everything's returning to normal now. Everything's fine. Okay, we have done it. I don't know how to thank you. I just hope it was in time. Thank you, really. What's your name? If it's all the same, I'll keep it to myself. That's your right. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we have done it, but we are going to double check on one thing. Let's check our inventory very quickly. We should have these items, which we do. Beautiful. Okay. So... Okay. Just going to hop in here. Alright. So if I remember correctly, there's a whole heap of crates that we haven't been able to open. That's fine. We'll get to them later on. What gear have I got? +1 gloves. Technically I can open them now. So let's have a look here. Yep, we start looting. Otherwise we will forget things. And we need all the cash we can get, frankly. These ones won't be trapped. And the base damage won't go through, but the magical electrical damage it will. And you can actually flurry this. Which will give you an extra attack. I like how the game thinks this is a combat by turning on the combat music. Kind of funny. I was driving home this evening, and just as a random algorithm thing on YouTube, I hear Battle of the Planets, the theme song. Just insane. That's where my Saturday mornings were, basically, as a kid. And I probably just dated myself as well. You can use a magical sword to do this as well, but we haven't got one. Otherwise I'd be using a long sword or something like that. It is a bit tedious just having to sit back, but we do need the cash. In the meantime, let's have a look at this gear. Oh yeah, he's due for some upgrades. 1200 cash, almost 1300. I think one of these is open. There we go, that one's open. Yeah, don't go smashing up unlocked crates. That's just not a good look. I'll just rearrange this whilst I'm here. Okay. And we'll put light wounds. Yep, moderate and serious. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm wondering if there's crates in there that I haven't opened. Oh dear. If there is, then I'm going to have to go and clear them out. Yeah, there is. Look at that. It's because I didn't have the gloves, so... Okay. So this is going to be a bit tedious at the start. If you want to skip ahead, I don't blame you. But if you want to see what's the goodies inside, well then stick around. I think they're randomly generated within a certain range. Sometimes it's predictable what's going to come out, like with some chests, especially at the start when you're in the academy itself. But out here, I think it's more random. Come on, who leaves a strong box out here? These ones do take forever. What's his strength? 14. There we go. Not too shabby. Ah, this is going to break in no time. Alright, we'll make sure that this is looted. Okay, so it looks like I did loot these. This chest needs to be broken. By the way, the chests with a dome lid are not as strong as the flat rectangular chests. Just some heads up on that. Okay, some shuriken. Don't need bullets. Okay, it looks like I looted those. There's another chest back here. Let's get some light happening. Oh, hello. Okay, so these crates here, and you light a fire from XP as well. Alright, beautiful. Okay, this has all been plundered. Okay, she should give us a reward.
Hello there. I'm glad to see people alive.
Head jailer was controlled by something. Yes, I heard that was an intellect devourer. Heard you turned in the remains. Good work. Here's 300 gold for your trouble. Let's see if I can persuade her from some more. Went through some trouble to get this. Wouldn't a higher reward be more suitable? Nah. This is militia business, sir. We play it by the books. Yeah, okay. Next time you can go in and kill it. Alright. So it does pay off to have a high persuade skill if you're looking for money. Something that I'm going to have to focus on a bit. And that's it. That's all we had to do. The only other thing we could really look at is, I'm guessing, I can't remember, it's almost been a week, but I'm guessing I've left some chests unopened, and we really should open them. Oh, this guy hasn't been escorted. Okay, he doesn't need to be escorted anymore. We can go in the house and kill things. There we go. And because you've only got one attack per round, you can still hold the torch. I wonder if you can hold the torch even if you've got multiples. I'm not sure. truth be told. Okay. Alright, so it's just a lousy 5 and some XP. Alright, so light that one up. Yep, these guys have been looted. Oh, did you see that? We got ambushed. Let's go say hello to the ambush. Alright. Not going to hold the fire. Just for style points. And we'll take them on here. That's my bonus to hit. +6. And doing 1d8. Okay. They seem to be going down pretty quickly, so I'm not going to flurry. And then doing minimal damage as well. Anonymous letter. Okay. So the anonymous letter, if you're not aware of it, says the plague spreads more quickly than we could possibly have hoped. So in other words, it's a deliberate plague. The streets are thick with corpses and the citizens are on the verge of open rebellion. Soon Neverwinter will be brought to its knees and the next phase can begin. But this will not happen if a cure for the Wailing Death is discovered. You must do everything in your power to prevent Arabeth and her agents from ending the plague. And it's, yeah, it's a big clue that we have to show to Arabeth and Fenthic. But before we do that, let's go see if we did actually break. So we didn't break into this yet. Let me just quickly rest him up. Oh no, there's enemies nearby. What did we do? Did we bypass this level? Holy cow. It'd be embarrassing if he dies here. He shouldn't die here. I'll trigger it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bullets useless. We have a chest here. A club. This one's locked. We'll bash it open. Okay, that was easy. Some bolts, and there's a key to another door, which I shall show you, and a journal. So prison logbook, yeah. So it's talking about how head jailer is starting to act a bit strange, stuff like that. Because the head jailer is actually the person that the intellect devourer initially consumes. So yeah, okay, the trap. I mean, we can sell it, so it's just a bit of a nuisance because not every vendor will buy it. Now, let's see if we can get in here. No, we can break this down, but there's another way in. We'll try the other way in just to cover our bases as well. Huh. Let me just see if the corpses have been looted. Okay, so everything else is looted. Let me drink a light healing potion. Okay, so yeah, I've been leaving chests alone. Alright, if that's the case, what we're going to do is we are going to head out, go around the outside. There's a secret tunnel and that'll open that locked door that we were at just before, and clear out every chest. But before we do that, we had that key. This is the door it opens. Alright, so we'll just clear this out. And that one there. Okay, healing patients are always welcomed. Let's see if this was cleared out. It should have been. Oh, it wasn't. Let's check the other bodies. Should be at least one more. There he is. Okay. What about this room? So that type of chest is the strongest type of chest. Oops, I can't zoom in on it. Let's flurry this. There we go. Yeah. The rectangular type. Come on, buddy, you can do it. I tried playing this with a half-orc once. Yeah, he's stronger, but he goes down quicker. I think it's because you're... I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe I'm just too overconfident with it. But he's also got a lower armor class. And doesn't get a bonus to con. It does take forever though, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. All that effort for a copper ring. Alright. Let's go outside. So, I'm going to check some loot points, make sure they've been looted, and end up back at the first floor. So, let's see if we actually... I think we did kill the people in here, but if we didn't, let's do that job. Yep. We would have been charged by now, by at least 4 or 5 assailants. Okay. That's fine. That's looted. My guess is that's been looted. Yep. Okay. So all the easy stuff here we've gotten to. Probably not here though, because look, there's some dude there. Oh, and I can't shoot for well, I won't say anything. I can't shoot to save my life. There you go. Which literally might be true if I don't get this right. Come on, buddy. There you go. Alright. Yep. So it looks like we just got the front door key and went through the front door. Good to know. Alright. Yeah, I like to just drag him in. Oh, that was supposed to be a crossbow weapon, but whatever. It didn't come out. Okay. So we are currently level 5, and we're about 3,500 away from the next level in terms of XP. So quite a while yet. But you'd be surprised, you get that. Sounds like a lot, but yeah, time flies. Alright. That's good. We have a chest here. Let's flurry that. So just a reminder, the idea is that he has to get through the game solo, except when he can't avoid it. The only other exception is when getting companion items, like if you do companion quests, they'll end up giving you items. So you can sell the quest basically and then just hand it in with a companion, but you have to pick them up. Otherwise, yeah, unless compelled to actually have somebody with you, he's doing it solo, and he can't die. Like the game is forgiving enough to say, you know, you died, but you know, a priest overlooking your mission resurrects you. But we're not playing by those rules. You die, you're dead. The idea is to see whether this class can solo the whole thing. And I don't know. I haven't actually gone through the whole game, solo or otherwise, yet. So there's a point at which I just don't know what's next. So we're not there yet. but you know, I'll tell you when we're there. Because I'll be dithering around blindly trying to work it out. Come on, buddy. This is our turf now. Yeah, that didn't last long. Okay. Alright, there's a key under the mat. Very convenient. And we can hop in here. You can open this door here. Not trapped, never is. And there's a diary here of a journal, just basically saying the Lady Tanglebrook, whose estate we're in, her brother or cousin or something is the head jailer, and they've had this tunnel which connects to the estate and the jail, and she's saying that she heard something weird underneath, which is the intellect devourer basically. Okay, on the other side you can see two stink beetles. So they spew forth a gas which will, it's like a stun, like you can still move but you can't fight or anything, so you're a bit vulnerable. They're not a game breaker thing, but yeah, you just want to kill them ASAP, and if you do get stunned, just walk away. There it is, I'm stunned, so I'm just walking away until it wears off, which isn't too long. It's basically a round. There we go, we're off, back into it. Let's flurry this. Let's get away from that stink. Okay, and they give good XP for this level. 126 each. That's 250. There's always a +1 magic dagger here. There we go. And this door here is always trapped. Alright, so the elf should automatically or passively be looking for a trap. Can't remember how many points I put in spot. Let's have a look here. There we go, it's found it. Took his time about it though. Spot, search, sorry, not spot. So I've got 2 points in search. Okay. Alright, now the trap itself is relatively harmless. It's a slow on your character. So there you go, just triggered it. I'm slowed. So moving around more slowly, you fight more slowly. DC on the trap is 20 if you're curious. But this will wear off. And then you can, there it goes. Enter normally, it's unlocked. And you take this, this is a companion item required for a companion quest basically. And there's a chest here too, which normally has something random in it. There we go. Okay, cool touch. Alright, now we just run down here. Okay. Now, don't go blundering in here. This is all trapped. So we shall firstly just go around the perimeter and pick up loot from these boxes. Whoops. There we go. There and there. There's a chest here.
We won't both walk away from this.
And you can see that over there, there's more beetles. So we're going to have to fight them. Okay. But before we do that, we're just going to loot the other side. Okay, so this is where I like to actually stand when I'm triggering the beetle encounter. So you just target the nearest one, the ranged weapon, and they go down pretty easily. These are fire beetles, but don't let that name intimidate you. Okay, go to hand at hand. Never go onto the playing board, never run around. You can just take them exactly where you are. You could also face them on the bridge technically. But it's a bit safer here. If you do need to retreat, you've got a safe zone here. Alright, so just going back here for your convenience basically to have a look at what's going on. So the track here is fairly trap free, but everywhere else you're going to have an issue. So there we go, you can see it. But it's worth coming up here just to get the 2-bladed sword +1. Alright. Now this corpse here is Lady Tanglebrook. She's got a hole in her head. And that's the intellect devourer basically. Okay, so a rogue can obviously disable all these traps and keep going. We're just going to go around. Alright, so the +1 2-bladed sword, you can either get exotic weapon proficiency and equip it and use it, or you can just sell it, which I'm going to do. Even though it's kind of cool thinking of a monk using that sort of weapon, the reality is, you know, I'm pretty hard pressed to find feats, so I don't want to use it on simply cool stuff before I've got the basics in play. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 items here, and they're all locked. So this is, by the way, the locked room that we couldn't get into before. So from the other side, and it's got a door lever here. Now we could have broken this open, but it would have taken forever. So better off just clearing everything in anyway. And breaking down these chests. In actual fact, the DC for unlocking these are pretty high, even for a fully dedicated rogue. So you're going to need the locksmith tools. Can be done, but it's just very high. So as you get more powerful weapons, it'll be less of an effort to break down chests. It'll just be almost an afterthought. Still a bit annoying because it takes so long at times, but yeah, it is what it is. Have I got improved evasion yet? I've got evasion. No. So once you get improved evasion, even if you fail a saving throw against a trap, you still get half damage. I think that's right. Yeah. Oh no, if you're... I've got to read it actually, that could be wrong. What's evasion? Because I think that's evasion. Whenever a reflex save is allowed for half damage, oops, the character instead takes no damage if he succeeds on the save. Okay, so with improved evasion, you only take half damage if you fail. Right. Okay, a little dagger there. It's not to say the monk doesn't get a lot of feats. He does. But it's more about what you can choose. And they're pretty cool feats, don't get me wrong. Immune to magical diseases. Yeah, pretty cool. Hey. All that for 8 gold. Alright, final one. And they locked it again. Wish there was a key I could just pick up, like a master key. Why do I got the feeling that I've missed a chest outside? Okay, so we know all this is cleared. Let me just briefly go outside and double check everything. I did open this, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right. Had the thingos in it. Yeah, so all this is cleared up to a point. Hang on, is this cleared? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay, alright. Well, it is now. Oh, hello. Where did you guys come from? Yeah, that's been cleared out. Okay. More bullets. Don't need that. I'm just going to check around the corner outside. There was this big chest that was guarded by a boss. I'm not sure if I opened it. Oh, look at that. Okay, I did loot it. Okay. Alright, I just wanted to be able to sleep at night. Very good. Okay. Back to it then. You'll be surprised how thorough you have to be. Well, you'll want to be when it comes to things like looting chests. It's quite... I don't know what it says about a person's character, but I've got it. Where's that dude? Come here. Looks like I haven't been here. What is going on? Where did these guys come from? I thought I cleared this all out. Oh, there's another one. Hang on. There we go. Okay, that's been looted. We can move on. There's some dudes over here. Okay, and no loot. I'm just going to check whether these guys have been looted. Okay, they have. Good. And this storeroom here, we were here before, so we know that's been cleared out. Alright, this dude here. Yep, okay, so this has all been cleared out. That is trapped. Let's see if I can sleep. Okay, so there's no enemies nearby. Once I get back my health, I'm going to open that chest, which is always trapped. Okay, it's been previously looted. Good. Alright. Okay. So this room here has got chests. That one there is trapped. And yeah, you need a magical weapon to break these. So I'm confident I haven't broken any of them. We've got to check also that the corpses have been looted. Isn't that an astounding thing? Like in real life, if you're walking around thinking, oh yeah, let's loot corpses, you'd be stoned or something. They'd come after you with, you know, shivs and stuff. Actually, come to think of it, that's exactly what they're doing in game. And here I am prancing around as if I'm the good guy. Okay, their hostility to me is justified. Let's hurry this along. By the way, you can put more things in the hot bar section, like here, by pressing Shift or Alt. Control. I think it's also Shift. Yeah, there we go. I never use it though, to be honest. Maybe when I get into higher levels and I've got need of quick use items, more quick use items than this can possibly hold. But I haven't found myself having that need. It is tempting to also get a few levels of rogue, but I've been resisting that temptation simply because you can break chests easier later on, and you know, for every level of rogue that you get, you're not getting a level of monk, which later on, you know, you're missing out on some sweet bonuses. So yeah. I have tried hybrid builds where it's like 50-50 rogue monk, but it doesn't seem to scale in terms of power well enough. Maybe I could have tweaked it differently, played it with more traps involved and stuff like that. It seems like a bit more mucking about than I'm comfortable with, to be honest, to make it work. You know, for me, it's like, can I run in, punch him in the face, and keep going? It's probably why I haven't played a caster either, because inevitably you get swamped, and it's like, okay, how do you solo that in the early stages? You have to run back and cast and, you know, kite and all this horrendous stuff. How do you miss a chest twice in a row? There we go. Let's just open up this one. Takes forever. Yay! Alright, so okay, that was worth it. Okay, still got the trap chest. This will give you damage. Actually, I keep on forgetting to do this. There is another way to handle trap chests rather than going up there and trying to hit it with a weapon. Use a ranged weapon. Now this is 50-50 because if the ranged weapon actually does damage to the chest, that's fine. It'll trigger, the trap will dissipate when you destroy the chest. But sometimes it doesn't do any damage, and you'll get a message saying so. But in this case, it's absorbing without giving you a message that the weapon's ineffective. See there, we've done 3. So what you can do is just keep on hitting it at it and not risk your character, because this is a powerful trap here. Will it kill him? Probably not. But on challenges like this, where you don't want to risk, why take the unnecessary risk? You never know. So we're just going to chip it down with a ranged weapon. And if the weapon is ineffective, then the only thing that could possibly work for you is magical bolts or arrows or sling bullets. There we go. Okay. Well, shuriken. Okay. Alright, so all the chests in here have been destroyed. So next thing to do is have a look at the bodies, make sure they've been looted. They have. Okay, so doors are next. Oh, I'm still using the crossbow, don't want that. Too good. Alright, let's go through here. Okay, so this one wouldn't be open. So these two here need to be busted, and the other two would have been open. That shape chest is typically unlocked. If it's got the triangular lid. Don't worry about the bullet. What's his name again? Elvin, of course it is. Elvin Dash. Okay, that's always handy. And these are cleaned out, correct? Correct. Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's clear. Just to confirm this is looted. Okay, that means that side's looted, that side's looted. Means earlier on I did the circumference. Okay. Now we're just finding the side rooms, making sure they're all being looted. Okay, this is the front door. That's the dude we spoke to initially. One of these doors is trapped with a slow spell as well. That's okay. I think it was this door actually, so looks like we looted this. Yep, everything can be opened, and there's no locked chests in here. I say that and then that happens. Oh, it's a rectangular chest, not a triangular one like this one. My bad. Okay. That should be all she wrote in terms of open doors. Side doors. So we go downstairs and check there as well. This should have been looted. Yeah, bullets, no problem. Let's bring up the mini map. I might actually bring up some light of my own. It's always dark as a part of the citadel here, or the, what is it? It's actually a prison. So Okay, there's a trap there. Yeah, this has all been looted by me. Okay, we'll go here. Actually, there's... Nah, we're looking for chests. Everything that's not a chest would have been looted. Fairly confident of that. Yeah, okay. So there's only some... Okay, there's only a handful of chests left then. That would be... Let me just double check. Yep, okay, so that means that's looted as well. Oh, don't walk into the trap if you don't have to. There should be a chest up here. Yep, beautiful. Door is open. Alright, so there's some chests here. Okay. There we go.
My steel will strike true.
Actually, let's bring up the light again. I believe that one's unlocked. And if I'm not mistaken, it gives you +2 armor. There you go. Yeah. That's where I got it from. So a bit of backtracking at the start of this one. Unfortunately, it's a bit tedious, but necessary because we want that fat loot, spelt P-H-A-T. Okay, and over here the same thing. Yeah, hardly worth the effort. Okay, so I think there's one more chest in here. This is where the intellect devourer was. Let's just confirm. What's there? Okay, it's a barrel. Okay, I think there was a chest here, wasn't there? Maybe I just cleared it all out. Bullet. Yeah, it looks like I cleared it all out. Alright, I'm satisfied. We got the lot. Alright, so we had to be thorough. Now we move on. And we shouldn't have to do this sort of double tracking again. because with the gloves we've got, we can essentially open every chest. Now we've got that anonymous letter, so we're going to speak to Fenthic about it. Now the thing to remember with Fenthic is that the clue is in his name. Fenthic. Okay.
Hello again, and well met as always. Is there something I may do for you?
Yes, I thought you might be interested in this note. What do we have here? It seems the plague was unleashed on us as part of some greater plot. We may have worse trials ahead of us than the Wailing Death. And Destler says, what could be worse than the Wailing Death, Fenthic? I fear Elvin is playing a trick on you with his so-called quote-unquote evidence of some grand conspiracy. He's such a shitbag. So this is no trick. Why would I do such a thing? I think the monk would say, why would I do such a thing? Destler says, perhaps this is some kind of sick joke on your part, Elvin. Or maybe you thought to get some kind of reward for this flimsy piece of paper. Fenthic says, please, Destler. I hardly think Elvin is the kind of man to do such a thing. No, I'm not. I think this bears further investigation at the very least. Destler says, the plague is a trial sent by the gods to test our faith, not part of some secret plot to overthrow Neverwinter. Chasing these conspiracy theories is a waste of time. There it is, conspiracy theory. We had that during that sort of terminology used by during our recent plague in 2019. Yes, conspiracy theories. I'm going to say Insight Fenthic should follow every lead, or we can take a jab at him and say, what's the matter, Destler? Do you have something to hide? I'm lawful neutral, so I can be I'm not going to be goody two shoes all the time. I already hate his guts, and I know he must be, at least biased against us, so I'm going to have a jab at him. What's the matter, Destler? Do you have something to hide? How dare you accuse me after all I've done for this city? You see what kind of people your lady Arabeth prefers to work with, Fenthic? Fenthic says, please, we are all on the same side here. I know you and Destler are not getting along, Elvin, but that is no excuse for tossing out baseless accusations. Destler and his Helmites have done as much for the city as anyone. Accusing him because you dislike his attitude is beneath you and does nothing to help the situation. Yeah, but it made me feel good. Rest assured that I intend to follow every lead in my efforts to find out who is behind the suffering of Neverwinter. You have done well to bring this to me, Elvin. Is there some kind of reward? Should I be a mercenary about this? Or I'll just say, I've been talked down to. It is an honour to serve Neverwinter, Fenthic. You've proven your worth. Here, take 200 gold. Let's try and persuade him. He'll probably say no. This note was not easy to obtain. Fenthic. Not easy at all. Failure. I would give you more if I could, but I must exercise restraint. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Anything else? Nope. I'll be going. So take the money and run. Okay, we've got a bit of health to heal up. We'll just have her do it.
It is but once.
And sell off any goods. So she doesn't like us, unfavourable, which does affect pricing on purchasing things, but not selling things, I believe. I'm happy to be corrected on that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got far too many arrows. Let's get rid of some. Okay. Even the +1 dagger can go. The journal, we don't need it anymore. We've just cleaned things up. Okay. Is that a second crossbow? No. Okay. Oh, and the +1 two-bladed sword. Alright, so we've essentially doubled our money, which is great. So we can upgrade our gloves to +2 gloves, just to make sure we're getting that extra hit in. You know what, I think I'm going to do that. Let's get rid of that. Even though I'm playing a bit of a premium because she doesn't like me, so be it. Okay, that is the price you pay for survivability. Alright. Imagine that, overcharging me whilst I'm trying to save her city on her request, no less. Huh, and they call me evil. Oh, okay. I can pop in here. Okay, this is where you pick up your companions, and you can also pick up a quest from Grax here. Ask him some questions. Where can I go to get some action? And he's going to play hard to get, but try and persuade him. You can tell me I'm up for it. Nope, he's not buying it. Tell me or I will get violent. Would I be a mercenary if I scared that easily? Right, just back away, friend. No trouble here. Can you tell me I'm up for it? So just repeat this until you get a success. There we go. Fine. It ain't no big thing. There's a fight club basically at a tavern, which isn't here, and you have to pay $50 gold entrance. Okay, and then you say just your goodbyes. Alright, so as you pick up companion items, you can join up with a companion and actually get rewarded a companion item if you're a high enough level. Alright, so we've got one companion item, but we're not going to hand it in yet. We're just going to hold off on that a bit longer. Okay, I'm here because I want to sell a trap that I picked up earlier. And this is a thieves' den, so they will buy traps. There we go, done. Alright, let's go. For 1 gold, not worth my time, but whatever. Alright, next is what is this district called? This is the Docks district. Now you can talk to the guard. These days I just ignore him. Yep, he's saying you should speak to me, but don't worry about it. Not unless you really care about what he's got to say about conditions in the actual district. Alright, you'll always find an ambush here, but with some backup from these guys, they go down pretty easy. And they always leave something. You want to collect as many smugglers' coins as you can. They are a currency in this district. And you'll also find an auction announcement. This is an auction for a feather, I believe. Beheld, not exactly, it doesn't tell you what exactly it's for sale, but it does seem to suggest anyone interested in surviving the plague should attend. Okay. Okay, so this always drops. I ignore it. You can technically sell it, I believe, for one gold, but I don't bother with it these days. I'm not even sure you can sell it. Yeah, don't quote me on that. Alright. Okay, 25 XP. There's some lootable boxes. You have to break that one open. Bark skin's always nice.
We won't both walk away from this.
Okay. You can pick up a actual mission from here, or you can just find the mission item and hand it into him, which is what I do. I don't bother talking to him. He's after a family amulet, which you will pick up later on. Okay. Alright, so here you got some blood sailors, which you can talk to. And they'll be standoffish, but they won't interfere with you. However, to gain entry to a tavern up ahead, we actually need to be a blood sailor. And the only way we can do that is if we kill one of them.
Turn yourself around and walk the other way.
Right, nice uniform, where can I get one? You can't, simple as that. Blood sailor gets his uniform when he joins and only gives it up when he dies. Okay, let's see if we can join. So how do I join? This isn't a social club and we don't just take just anyone, any old fool. Now get lost before you make me angry. This is Blood Sailor territory, at least for a day or two more. Come near the ship and you'll be killed. Simple enough? Alright, so we're just going to kill him first. That's simple. It can be a tough fight if you're here a bit too early. At level 5 you should be okay. Let's get rid of the torch here. And they do hit a bit hard. There's the uniform, so we grab that. And we just loot. Auction announcement, don't need 2 uniforms. So we're not going to bother with anything else. Okay. There's some locked chests, 3 locked chests, 1 open. So here we go again. This open chest will have a brooch in it. That is a companion item that's will give us a prize once we give it to the companion. I'd like to be at least level 6 when I give the items, which isn't too far off. How's our health doing? 45. 45 maximum health at level 5. Yeah, I'm just worried he's low constitution. will catch up with us later on. If it does and he dies because of it, well, as I said, I've got this gnome concept that I'm eager to share, because the gnome does get some advantages that are quite nice. And one drawback, which, okay, it's a real drawback, but it's not the end of the world per se. It's just a delayed benefit, really. So the gnome gets a +2 to con and a -2 to strength. So +2 to con means that you can start him off with 16 con, 16 wisdom, and I think it's like 15 dex, and 12 or 13 strength. I think it's 12. Or was it 13? It's one of the two. Anyway, the point is you can get strength boosting items later on. So it's, and also the damage that's dealt is one size lower. Like when you start off with the monk, it's for a human it's 1d6 at start level for fists, but for the gnome it's 1d4, for example. So he's always behind one bracket in that respect. But the upside is greater survivability. He gets a permanent +1 because of his size. So unless he's meeting other gnomes or halflings, he gets a +4 AC to against giants. Gets a +1 to hit as well. So against other creatures bigger than him. Okay, there's a brooch, so we just put it actually here with the other one. Add it to our collection. So yeah. Yeah, and they get some natural benefits as well, like bonuses against goblins and lizardmen, I think. Something like that. Okay, there's a series of chests to open. We're just basically following the perimeter before we get into the fighting. These are all but one should be open easily. And even this one isn't too much work. Nice. Okay. No bullets. Nope. Nope. So this is a named guy. For the life of me, I don't know what his role is. Maybe it's for a different class, but if you try and engage with him,
I agree to.
he just tells you to clear off. So maybe it's for, like, I don't know, if you're a cleric or, I don't know, a rogue, who knows. If you do know, put it in the comments. I want to know. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've cleared up this corner. We're coming back here. And we're going to bust open this door. So this takes us to the sewers beneath, where you'll find this guy guarding it. Now, we want to go in here, but he won't let us. He'll attack us. There's Blood Sailor territory. Get out. There he goes. He's going for it. And there are his friends. Now, this guy is tough. He's like boss level. So just be careful. Don't be afraid to pause and heal if you have to. I wouldn't focus on anyone else but the boss at the moment. I think he's got a sneak attack, and his would hurt a lot more. Yeah, you can see my health going down. Yep, so we're going to top it up. Now I could use bark skin, but holy crap, that was a hard hit. Let's drink something. Let's just stick to him. Yeah, we're just going to basically try and tank it. Yeah. Okay. Don't let yourself get too low before you heal up. Come on, finish him already. Okay. Alright. Okay, so it does give us a bit of XP. 420 is nothing to sneeze at this level. And he certainly presented enough of a threat. If you've got a low armor class, don't do this, because you'll be overwhelmed too quickly. There is some chests here, and what I mean by low is like, I don't know, 18. So I've got 21, and I was copying about half of, well, not quite half the incoming hits, maybe about 40%, but that was enough. There we go. I'm loving these bark skin potions. They'll be coming in handy later on. And you'll find that they don't necessarily just spawn from this side. They can spawn also from this side and have a magic user with them. So it's either or. Not either. Oh, it's one or the other. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, by the way, sorry. Let me just demonstrate something. So you've done all the hard work. You killed them all. And you want to open the doors. And they're locked. You can see these tempting crates. We can't get to them. But we will later on. If you try and bust it down, your weapon is ineffective. Doesn't matter what you use. So it's protected by plot armor. And we know how that works. Okay, so also, basically what we did was just harvest it for the XP. Alright. It should be pretty good right now, actually. How are we going? 13 and a half. Not too shabby. We need 15. Okay, 400 gold. Later on, when you upgrade your longsword, your magical longsword, it's probably better to use that to break open chests than to try using your fists. Unless you've got a ridiculous amount of multiple attacks and some nice bonus damage on your actual monk weapons. There we go. Okay, Karma, monk weapon. You can flurry with a Karma. I believe that's the only weapon that you can do that with, which means that you can take a -2 to attack for an extra attack that round. Okay, now we should be running into muggers someplace here. There we go. Speak of the devil. Okay. There'll be plenty more where they came from. Okay, auction announcement. Okay. Now you might find that this is actually where you get ambushed, by the way. More likely than not, those four mysterious figures that just appear and ambush you, they're likely to do it here. Because we went back to the Peninsula District, they did it in front of the fortress, the prison itself. But don't be surprised if you're not doing that, that they just pop up here instead. Some more muggers. So. Okay. Alright, let's go find these ruffians. Where are they? Don't worry, they're out there. Here we go. Okay, there's more here. Okay, this is going to be a lot, but I think we can handle it. Famous last works. Oh yeah, they do sneak attack. Okay. Poison bolt, always nice. Some more poison bolts. They sell well too if you don't want to use them. Okay. 29 out of 45. Let's heal ourselves. There we go. By the way, if you're playing a human in these light conditions, it might be worthwhile holding the torch playing an elf or a halfling or gnome, or I think basically any other race, you're getting either low light vision or dark vision, which means that you don't need the torch. And if you are human and you don't put out the torch, the game does give you a negative to hit.
Won't both walk away from this.
I mean, I can put it out just because it's easier to watch on YouTube, I guess. Oh yeah, I was breaking open this chest, wasn't I? Now we'll be entering this house once we've cleared the streets. Okay, we've got 1,000 XP to go. There we go. Alright, another set of ruffians and muggers.
Nobody walks away.
That's right, you tell them.
Only one way out for you.
Okay, so we've got 7 smugglers coins. You can expect to get up to 30. 25 to 30 would be what you'd be aiming for, at least. Sometimes I do this. I always go back to the same box or look at, double check, you know, something that I've already looked at. That's just my goldfish memory coming into play. Okay, well, someone's taking a shot at us. Alright, too good. Okay. Let's get this chest before I forget about it. Okay. More ruffians. Don't know if you can actually get in here. Huh. Oh. Now I think you can speak to these guys.
Well met.
There we go. What are you, another mugger? You stay here and the plague will take your kind just like mine. There's comfort in that, I guess. I just need to ask for directions. I'm acting as a guard, need information. Don't tell me where to go. Just need to ask a few questions. I've got no time for questions. What point is there in my answers? I'll be dead in a week, just like everyone else. I am acting as a guard. I need information. If you've got questions, well, so do I. What good are you, guard, when everyone around me is dying of plague? Answer me that. My children are all dead. Why should I live when everything that mattered to me is gone? They just withered away. So you see, I don't think I have much use for a guard. If you have questions, go ahead. I suppose you have to report. You have reports to file or something. Okay, so these are generic questions. Have you heard anything odd? Any information in Doc's district? How widespread is this plague? So, have you heard anything odd? Maybe, look, I don't want to talk out of turn. I really shouldn't, and what does it matter? We're all going to die anyway. I don't much like you. You want answers? Go find them yourself. I hear there's something happening at the city tavern. I don't want to know what. Yep. Now go if you're through. Maybe, maybe you could get out of my house. Okay, I'm just going to say goodbye because all it is just a bit of plot development about the area, what you can expect, and frankly, he's got a bit too much attitude. I'm likely just to, express it, that I'm not liking his attitude. But fear not, we know what's going on here. We don't need his kind. Okay.
Only one way out for you.
Won't both walk away from this.
Okay, we're up to 14 smugglers' coins. Okay, there's some more. That's 15. There's another mugger. Couple of muggers. 3 muggers. 2 muggers and a ruffian.
Away from this.
Sure, but alright, so this is a weapons merchant. He will sell you magical weapons. +1 items, essentially. I don't buy them, simply because I'll pick up +1 items in due course anyway. So I don't want to spend the coin. Alright, so we're going to start breaking into this house that we were in earlier. Notice how casually I said that. Break in and enter into a house.
Both walk away from this.
Okay. Okay, and we get swarmed immediately. There's some drawers here and the table. Now that door is trapped always, and it's a nasty trap if I remember correctly. So we're going to try the ranged weapon trick. And yep, so we'll take damage from the old crossbow. So we'll wait till we can do it from range. So far it's absorbing all the damage. But because we're not being told that the weapon is ineffective, we know that something will get through occasionally. Trust me, it's worth it doing this way. And by the way, there's other foes back here, so once, let's say you take your chances and you trigger the trap by manually hitting it, you take some damage, let's say you're at half health, then you got another fight immediately afterwards. Ooh, we're very close to the next level. After this fight, it should be next level. Come on. There we go. A few more like that, and it should go down. It's a +1 crossbow. Oh, that's unfortunate. There we go. Trap averted. And away we go. And that's it. Next level's here with us now. Let's clear out the room. There we go. Alright. Unfortunately, they didn't drop anything. Let's quickly just heal ourselves. And level up. So I'm going to stay with Monk. This is level 6 we're talking about. Always up your tumble skill. Something I just learned recently, because every +5 will give you a 1 to your AC. So next level we're going to get another 1 to our AC. So we've sacrificed tumble for other wider variety of skills, but I'm just going to focus on it until next level at least. Okay, and we get a feat. So we're getting a class feat of improved knockdown and knockdown, which is sensational. And we're getting a choice here of what we want. Now the game will recommend mobility, right, which will give us a +4 AC bonus when avoiding attacks of opportunity. It's pretty good defensive feat, but there's other things to look at as well. For example, we could go weapon finesse, which gives you your dexterity bonus to hit rather than strength. So at the moment, our bonus to hit is +2, but with the weapon finesse it'll be +3. It's nice, but you will get strength items later on. It's not crucial. Another way to get a bonus to hit is simply to get weapon focus, which unarmed strike, which gives you a +1, which is here. Or what else? We can go toughness for extra health, which isn't a bad thing for us. Yeah, even blind fight's good when we're fighting casters that go invisible, and there's a concealment chance to miss that we'll miss them. That's actually quite nice. Gives you a reroll basically. Let's see what it's recommending. Toughness. Oh, I was wrong. You know what? We've been hitting quite well. We've got a bonus to hit from the upgraded gear. I'm happy with toughness. Let's get the extra health. Alright. Thank you, game. And we get an extra 15 this level. There we go. Now we're on 60 health. I'll take that. And that means that we can also just edit this slightly. Where would it be? It'd be here. Improve knockdown. So Q-Light wins. Moderate. Serious. And there's even stronger. I think it's critical, which we don't have yet. Alright. Our armor class hasn't changed. But now we get a second attack. So it's gone +8, +5 now. So at level 6 you get a second attack by default, which is awesome. And we're going to need that here. So here in this room, it's a bit of a tough fight, and there's a trap here as well. So it's a sorcerer, lieutenant. He summons a ball, and here there's a trap, which slows you down or paralyzes you. I can't remember which. I think it's paralyzed. So there it is. So I'm trying to avoid it. Alright, he's gone invisible. So I'm going to try and hit him. If that ball starts getting in hits, we're going to have to switch targets, like it or not. So far, so good. So you see the concealment there, 50%. So I could have taken blind fight and at least got another roll on that. But no matter. Okay. This is a tough customer. Alright, I'm not going to let my health get any lower than that. Okay. Now if you kill the lieutenant, the ball disappears. It's a summoned creature. That's why I prefer to focus on the lieutenant. That's far too low on the health. Oh jeez, that adds up, man. I think he also does a knockdown if you're not too careful. So don't take him for granted and let your health go too low. There we go. Too good. 269 health. XP. Alright.
We won't both walk away from this.
Come on.
My steel will strike
Alright.
true.
Maybe you need to face that direction. There we go. Okay. So this door is always trapped, and it's a nasty one. So again, ranged weapon. +1 ranged by the looks of it. Will do the trick. Okay. There we go. Alright. So here, I believe these chests are trapped. Loot the table first, and the passive detection of the elf will probably tell us what we need to know here. I'm certain that one is actually. There we go. Oh, Owl's wisdom, very nice. Okay, out with a crossbow. Right. You don't want to know how many times I died on chests like this because I hadn't thought of the basic idea of just hitting it with a ranged weapon. So stupid. Looks like this isn't trapped though. Should have shown me something by now. What I'll do is just stand over there, a bit closer to it, and see if my passive picks up something. I'm not going to lie, the passive spot is a big benefit. Things like that there, coming up, you know, because the thing with spot is, search, the search skill, is that you need to know to search. And if you're doing it, you're slowing down to do it. And it's the last thing you want to do if you can avoid it. Okay, Tavern Key. And this is orders from Chelik. The old fool has to be somewhere. Even Vengal can't disappear into thin air. I want patrols by the ship, and I want someone to get hold of that damn wench he favours. She's usually around the city tavern somewhere. Take her downstairs and find out where Vengel would hide himself. Shut down all of his plans, boys, and when we find that fool, we'll be rich as kings. I won't let him give up the chance at the biggest ransom we've ever seen. We're doing things my way now. Okay. Pick that up. And I'm going to say this is not trapped. So let's just bash it. Yep. This should be quicker now. Flurry of blows should change it to 3 attacks rather than 2. And there we go. Okay, beautiful. So all we have to do is avoid this. Done. Very good. But we're not quite done with this house. There's a door on the other side, which we're going to bash in. Okay. First on the left, there'll be some beetles and bugs and whatnot. Heavy crossbow. Okay. Okay, these tools won't be trapped, by the way. Okay. Although there is a trap here. There we go. I've just detected it.
You will regret that.
There we go. You can tell he's hitting just a bit faster. Okay.
Regret that. My steel.
Okay. Okay, so you might be wondering why I'm not picking up these remains. They're all the same thing when you're killing beetles. The fire beetle's belly. I'm pretty sure it's a reagent required for caster, probably the mage, but it's got no value to me. It's like it sells for bugger all. I don't bother with it. Okay, this is going to be a tough fight here. We're up against a giant spider. Let's see if I can sneak here. This won't be trapped, but there are tons of traps in here. And her claim to fame is a high armor class, so hard to hit. And she can knock down, I believe, and also poisons. So it's going to be hard. And if you get poisoned, unless you got neutralized poison as a potion, then you might be forced to actually get out of dodge and use your Stone of Recall to find Arabeth and get healed before going back into the fight. I'm not too proud to say that I've done that a few times. I like upping my armor class for this fight, but there's a boss fight as well that we have to be mindful of, and I'd rather save the potion for that. To be quite brutal with you, which is like increasing your dexterity and your wisdom. Should increase your armor class by about 2 or 3. And bark skin would also help. I suppose we could have bark skin. We've got 7 of them, so let's just take that. There we go. It's gone up from 21 to 24. That's nice. That should buy some time. But yeah, I've no doubt I'm still going to get poisoned. Let's see how we go. We'll start off with a range. And trying to lure her out as well. No, don't run into the trap. There we go. Now you can kite, I suppose, especially as a monk. You can kite her all day. It takes forever though. Right, she will come out. This is another reason why you clear the streets first. So that's a kiting technique, and this is using your fist technique. I don't like to flurry because of higher aimer class, so there we go. Strength is decreased. Alright, which means my bonus to hit is now -1 actually. So +5, +2. It's still getting through though, so I'm not complaining. But we do want to kill her sooner rather than later. She's badly wounded. Maybe we can actually pull this off. Level 6 is... I wouldn't like to do this at level 5. I'll just put it this way. That poison will also have a second phase to it, which will make it worse. So Arabeth can actually cure that, and that's what I recommend. You can cure it with a healer's kit if you've got a high enough skill. We'll give it a go, but I've got my doubts. It's near death. There we go. So now my poison's kicked in again, and I've gone a -4 now to hit. So now it's +2, -1. I only need to hit once, maybe twice again. Oof, there's another one. Okay. So we might need to get out of dodge, heal up, and go. Can we kill him? We might be able to kill her. We're definitely encumbered, so there's no running away. Oh, so close. Okay. There we go, we did it. Alright, so let's see if she leaves anything. Nope. Alright, wait till the music stops, because otherwise the game thinks you're healing through combat, which gives you a lot more negatives to the heal. Try the healer's kit. Alright. Well, the effects are still there. Let's see if we can sleep through it. And whether the effects disappear. I can't remember actually. But if they don't disappear, then you gotta basically teleport back. They're gone. Alright, so sleep it off and you're all good. Alright, so back inside, and there's some fat loot, hopefully. But there's still a lot of traps you have to worry about. The XP for the spider wasn't too bad, 147. I've seen better. Alright. So trap there, and the trap on that chest. Oh, and a trap there as well. Jeez, I forgot about that one. Alright, so chest trapped. I think this is clear. Yeah, the cabinet's clear. So, and unlocked, nice. So firstly this one. This one is a deadly trap. Whenever you're seeing a chest where it's got those black scorch marks, assume deadly, yeah? Just automatically assume it. So whatever your health is, assume you can handle your entire. You can get rid of your entire health pool. This one won't be, but it'll still be nasty. There we go. What this means is I need a stronger ranged weapon to open chests like this quickly. I know exactly where to get it to. There's a bow in the Peninsula district. Not Peninsula, in the... What's it called? Can't remember. There's another district where there's a bow. I think it's longbow or something. Composite longbow. Something like that. Okay, lesser restoration, so that restores lost stats, like with the poison reducing the strength. This could have restored our strength back. 2 more smuggler's coins, which is great. We've got 21 of those now.
We won't both walk away from this.
And beautiful, that opens as well. So, there's our smuggler's coins. Oops, wrong one. Just like to put them together so we can refer to it easily. Alright, 21. Don't stop on my account, buddy. Yeah, 60 health is a lot better than what he had before. Just be patient here. There we go. Okay. Try and avoid the traps on the way out. And we've cleared this entire house. Okay. And got some vital clues. We're after this Vanguard guy. He's got something to do with a cure for the plague. Alright. Now remember that blood sailor uniform we got earlier? This is where we use it. So if we try and get in like this, step up, let's have a look at you. I don't recognise you, do I? No, I don't. No admittance to non-members. Let's see. Let me in, Arabeth decreed. I must keep the peace. Well, you can just keep it out there. She and her city guard mercenaries aren't thought of too highly here. What do I have to do to get in? If you have to ask, then you aren't welcome. This is a private establishment, members of like-minded groups only. I'll make it worth your while to let me in. Worth my while, eh? Do you even know what that means? Pony up and let's see what you can offer. Now, if you start giving him coin, you won't see that coin again. What if I join a group? What if I join a group you let in? None of my business. Either you get a uniform I recognise, or maybe slip me a few smugglers' coins. Now beat it. Now, smugglers' coins can buy you some really nice stuff. Don't give it to her. We've got a uniform. Let's just use it. You'll only use it once. Pop it on.
What is it now?
And she looks at you in uniform, likes what she sees, and opens up for you. And we can basically vendor it straight away. Okay. So the vendor is here in the corner, the auctioneer. Blasted Vengal will pay good money for some of these things, and now he's late on. He's late getting the show going. Okay. So we can look at his normal items for sale or his premium items. So we'll look at his normal ones first, just to sell off our surplus gear. And this is a smuggler's tavern, so they'll buy traps. Alright. His reaction to us is favourable. Alright, so we're going to get good prices here. Orders from Chelik, well, we don't need them anymore. We don't need the karma, we're not going to use it. Look, having the poison bolts is nice. Do we want it? 473 gold for 8 poison bolts. I say sell it. Even these shuriken can basically go. They're good money. I'm not saying that they're not good. They are, but yeah, we'd rather the money at this stage. Okay. Yeah, 275. Okay, keep the bow. We've got so many, that's the thing. Alright. I'll keep these 3 mini talents, just in case, you know, for whatever reason I feel like I want to throw something. Okay, so this is a token you get for the fight club thing mentioned earlier. So just put this somewhere where you got quest items. I like this second last tab for that. Okay, that won't actually sell for anything. It's just mundane. We'll put this page 1. Alright. So we've just sought out our mundane things. Now we can ask to see his special items, and you get an options here. You get weapons, armor, and miscellaneous. If you go to miscellaneous, he'll describe what he's got. One's a sash, one's a cloak for 14, and the other for 6. The sash is actually a magic resistance belt. I typically always get that. The cloak is a +1 cloak for charisma. So if you're a sorcerer or a bard, the cloak is good. Otherwise, expensive 14 coins, you know, you don't really want to do that. The other item we can look at is weapons. So double axe, longsword, or morning star. They're all +1 weapons, by the way, and I can afford the longsword, and a +1 longsword sounds great. So let's just pick that up, and that leaves us with 5 more smuggler's coins. Now I can buy the morning star. In actual fact, we should be getting more smuggler's coins than what we've got at the moment, so we can just save them up and come back a bit later on. In terms of armor, by the way, we're looking at breastplate, shield, or leather armor, all of them again +1. Alright, so rather than having to buy it with actual gold, you're using these smuggler's coins, which are not redeemable elsewhere, by the way, so might as well, except for that other shop in this district which was selling +1 items. It'll take smuggler's coins as well, I believe, or at least swap them out for gold. So yeah, you know, I could just buy the leather and just sell it off again. I'm gonna just hang on to it for now. So the only downside is that whilst you get the sash, which looks like that, you can see I need to identify it. Whilst the sword, the magical sword, you already know it's a magical sword. It just says +1 sword. So you hop once more into it, go to normal items, and that'll allow you to ID for 100 gold. Right, it's 12 spell resistance. It's nice earlier on. You'll find that you'll get rid of it later on, but for now it's great. So keep that. We don't need our mundane longsword, by the way, so get rid of that. And we've now got a +1 hitter. This is a really good item, which is also an argument for getting a thief level, which is the Thieves' Hood. It makes you immune to knockdown. The monk will become immune to poison anyway, but that immunity to knockdown is just chef's kiss, yeah. And these are just, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's a shame a monk can't use that. But you can get a Mask of Persuasion, +1 charisma. It's for the social things. It's nice, but I'm not going to part with 5,800 gold for that privilege. No, thank you. Okay. So, where to from here? Well, there's a back door here. Give you a bit more light. And if you go back here, you will see a chef guarding a door. But before we speak to him, we'll go upstairs. Now, that note we saw before said something about interrogating a woman downstairs. So that's why he's guarding that door, because there's stuff going on downstairs. I'm going to come in here, and we are going to firstly just loot some rooms, because we're totally not thieves. We're monks, damn it. Okay.
My steel will strike true.
Now I could use a longsword here, but the longsword will still give us only 1 attack per round, whereas the monk gets 2 per round at this level. So there's no real benefit to it. Unless really you're up against foes that don't take bludgeoning damage or something like that. It's going to become rarer and rarer as a need to use a longsword, which is a shame because it's a nice benefit for the elf. Okay. Let's flurry with that. There we go. Patient speed, very good. All these doors, by the way, will be unlocked. No traps.
We won't both walk away from this.
Yes, that's right. You threatened that cabinet. Alright. Poison. Oh, a bolt of frostbite. Nice. I do like the radial menu setup. It's very convenient. Okay, I think they're fire arrows. Again, that's good. Now here's something that you don't see every day in this room. This, if you haven't guessed it already, is a sauna. And that is a dwarf. Yes, this is the sauna room. Greetings and well met. Come and sit a bit by the heat, have you? Good for the skin. It's imaginative, I'll give him that. Could I ask you something about this tavern? I suppose spend most of my time here now, lading out the plague, you see. Could be in worse places, I wager. Alright. Have you noticed anything odd around here? You realise you are asking a half-naked dwarf in a hot room what he thinks is strange, don't you? My answer could be hopelessly skewed. He's not wrong. Odd or strange? Well, them blood sailors have an unwholesome attachment to their ale. Not good dwarven ale, mind you, but foul and perverse mixings. I'd stay away from that Jalek. I'd stay away from that Jalek down there myself. He likes the hard stuff, and I mean hard to take. Okay. Do you know what is planned for downstairs? Some foul auction, I think. I even heard there was some part of a cure on the block. Doesn't make sense though. Why not? Well, why is the auction here? Something like that would command a huge price. Why bother with the thugs that gathered their coppers? He's not wrong. He's a clever dwarf. I mean, if you expect a big bidder, the only reason to have the auction here is to have all the people see who that bidder is. I think someone was trying to show off, and now it looks like the show has been cancelled. Okay. The auction won't go ahead? Don't think so. Vangel Bloodsail himself was supposedly behind it, and he's late. Very late. And there's some other odd things. Have you noticed anything odd around here? Okay, you realise you're asking half-naked dwarf again? Odd or strange? Okay, so same dialogue options. Back to the inn. Anything strange? Changes, shakes-ups. The blood sailors are upside down. Some are allowed in the basement now and some not. Most likely they're split in two. I think there's been a shift in power. Vangel hasn't been seen for a bit, and, well, there's some questionable things happening in the basement. How do I get down there? Do they still have their poor chef guarding the door? Yes, they do. I bet he doesn't appreciate his pantry being locked up any more than I do. I overheard the password to get by him. You still need a key or some stout picks, though. They don't even let him open the door himself. He means the chef. The password is Cornerstone, at least. At least it ain't some Merryweather pompous nickname or somebody's dog. I hate it when thugs get cute like that. Thank you. How did you know all of this? You can learn a lot in a small dark room. Don't let anyone tell you different. I'll be leaving. A shame. I hope the night treats you well. Come back anytime. Alright, so that's some great levity built into the game. Love it. Okay, so we got that key earlier from the trapped chest in the house. They also have the spider. So that should be the key to this door. So all we need to do is give the chef the password. Now don't go bothering me. I didn't want this job and I don't need this job. Just say the password and get moving like all the rest. Don't ask me about any key or whatnot. If you know the password, then you'll have your own damn key. I don't have one. Okay. You wish a password? Yes, full a password. Okay, the password is cornerstone. Right, good enough for me. In fact, that's good enough for the night. Anyone else with you, they can go on in as well. I'm done with caring about this stupid door. I did my part and now I'm done. Very good. Okay, so if I'm correct about the key that we picked up a bit earlier, it should just open. If it doesn't open, you can bash it down with a magical weapon. There's a trap right here. There it is. Okay, so don't just go blundering in. And we're downstairs. Okay. Okay. I think there's a patrol out here. I might just stealth here. How can you stealth with a torch out? There he is, yeah. We'll come back a bit. And ambush time. There we go. There's another patrol coming up. Okay. Move down a bit. We've got to explore all these doors. Stealth can be handy. Okay, I'm just going to start at the start and be sequential about it. Okay. I'm loving the rapid attack, like the 2 attacks per round. Nothing here should be trapped, at least. Not in these rooms. I'll let you know if I believe it's trapped. Either with foreknowledge or by blundering into it, I guess. Okay. You see I took no damage there. So let me just pause there. So you cast magic missile. There, magic missile. Attempts to resist spell, spell resisted. So that was that belt that we bought with the spell resistance on it. That sash there. So it rolled successfully and resisted the spell. Worth it. That one got resisted as well. That's great. Wish we could hit him. Apparently we can't. There we go. Got there in the end. By the way, you won't find any road coins down here. But elsewhere you will. Above, I mean. Okay. This is a little storeroom, if I remember correctly. Actually, no, it's not. Okay. I stand corrected. I think this guy's a caster. Yes, he is. See if we can down him first. Beautiful. Come on. There we go. Nice. Bolts of lightning. Very nice. Okay. Okay, this is a boss fight. He's pretty good, and he does knock down. So try and keep your health at least above 50%. I don't mind the occasional attempt to stun him as well. The downside of that attempt, even though that connected, he resisted it, but the downside is that instead of getting 2 attacks per round, you only get the 1. It's the same with the knockdown as well. You can try and knock him down, but it's only the 1 attack you get. Resisted or otherwise. Looks like we're just going through him pretty easily, so I won't have to worry too much about getting too fancy about this. Oh wow, that's a lot easier than I thought it would be. Okay, some gauntlets of some sort. Interesting. +2 boots. So armor class just went up 1 to 22. Beautiful. I'll take that every day. Alright, so there should be a few more chests here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chests in here. This one is trapped a lot. Don't even bother approaching this without first destroying it with a ranged weapon. Okay. Let's see if I can detect the traps for you. Alright, there you go. So uniquely around there, and then the actual chest itself. So yes, you won't be able to avoid this without a rogue, but it won't kill you. That most likely will. So we're just going to destroy the chest. And take it from there. We're running low on bolts actually. Oh, I say that, then I find another 70. Okay. Now if you've got evasion, the actual trap surrounding the chest, it won't kill you. Or especially if you've got improved evasion. I think we get that at level 10. Could be wrong. Alright, so there's the remains. There we go. So I'm paralyzed, and it took a bit of acid damage. That's failing the reflex save, DC 15. Paralysis doesn't last too long. And we got some armor, and this diamond is used to make a magical longsword, or is it katana? I'm not sure. One of the two. So you keep that as a crafting material. And you might blink and miss it, but there is a door here, never trapped, and it goes downstairs. Alright. We're going to have another series of fights here. Starting off with a guard, and here she comes on cue. Okay. She'll probably detect us, but whatever.
You will regret
No, surprisingly good. It's great. Okay, we don't need the uniform. And you can see here there's an interrogation occurring here. Okay. Bengal's gone. Tell me where he hid it. Remember how we got that note saying to interrogate Vengal's woman? Well, that's what these guys are doing. There's two people in here. I do remember them being tougher than that, though. Holy cow, this monk. Yeah. Okay, I'm not complaining. This is instructions from Chalik. When you pull the information from Vengal's wench, join me in the aqueducts. The entrance is in the very northwest of the docks district through an old maintenance building. I believe I know an alternate path to where the old fool keeps his secret stores. The cockatrice should be there. The cockatrice is what we're after, as well as whatever else he has been keeping from us. Time to take our due. Time to take our due. Use the hand signs below to pass the seal on the aqueduct gates. Keep this note with you. I doubt you could remember the signs without it. Chalik. A complex series of hand motions is detailed below, and will definitely need this note to present to reproduce them accurately enough to pass the gate. Wow. Okay, so that fight that we had before in the sewers section where we had the gate that wouldn't open with the plot armor, well, that's the key. So there's the Vangal's woman. Let's speak to Daranel.
Thank you for saving me. If that is indeed what you have done, I do not know you or your motives.
And I don't know you. Should I care? Calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to make that claim. I don't know you. Should I care? I have no answer. You have me at a disadvantage, though. And I must trust that you will not harm me. I'm Daraniel. Dara Nier. I don't know. I'm Dara. That'll do. And I'm at your mercy. I'd hoped you were sent by Vengal, but I haven't heard from him. His auction was called off. Okay. I want to ask you about Vengal. I have a question first, if you don't mind. Who do you serve? I won't say anything if you intend to use it against the people I care about. I'm acting as a guard under Arabith and Nasha. I see. I begin to understand what your interest in Vengal and his bloodsailors may be. Ask the questions I will try to answer. I'll ask about Vengal. Where is Vengal Bloodsail now? I can't say for certain, but he's an old pirate and set in his ways. He said I would know where to find him, and I have a few ideas. Vengal is on the run, so he'll go to where he thinks he's safe. He'll either go to the Silver Sails or the Aqueducts. I think both places lead to an underground cache of his. Okay, cache of his. Okay. I want to find him. I can't promise he'll be safe. So you hope to entice me by saying you may or may not kill him. I suppose it is the only honesty I've seen today. Take this locket. It was presented. It was a present from him. He said it was a key and it would let me to enter the Silver Sails if I needed to find him. Silver Sails is in the west central area of the docks. There's a passage inside. Vengal said it is safe for him at least. Okay, alright, I'm going to say goodbye. You can ask her things about the auction and whatnot, but that was called off. And it's a bit of fluff, to be honest with you. Alright, so these doors will be, at least this one's locked. I think both are locked. And there's storerooms. We're going to break them open because there's stuff to loot in here. So now we've got that note with the hand signs to get us into the aqueducts, and we've got this amulet from her. So there's two alternate ways into the aqueducts. depending on how you want to do it. We'll have a look at both and get an idea of what's available after we clear this section at least. Is he flurrying? Yes, he is. Okay. It's a tough door. There we go. Got there in the end. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, there's a magical weapon here. A +1 dire mace. That'll sell for a bit. And some, you know, items. Okay. Okay, it's not locked. Good. These things shouldn't be trapped either. How's my health looking? It's been better. 45 out of 60. Let's just use one of these. Bit of a waste, but better to top it up. Alright, so there's a room down here. Let's clear this one. Okay, a lot of opponents, and one's a caster. And he's a boss, yeah? So I'm not going to go in there until I've cleared as many opponents as possible. Well, it looks like the boss has just come to me instead. Fair enough. Yeah. So he's concealed 50%. So I'm having trouble hitting him. I say that as I connect with him twice. There we go. Okay. It's getting some hits in. I could stun him potentially, actually. Yep, he's stunned. Critical, I'll take that. That gives us a free turn. And that's all we needed. Okay, and let's kill this lackey. Oh, it's another caster. I didn't realise that. Oh, he went down a far easier. Okay. Okay. That's better.
My steel will strike true.
So that's the locket she gave us. Okay, the monk can use rapiers. Oh, the elf can. Ah, I was wondering about that. So monks can't unless they're elves. That's interesting. There's some magical rapiers out there that have like a stun effect, if I'm not mistaken. So there are options out there. But again, you're sacrificing multiple attacks at a certain point to get one off with a rapier. Kind of like, you know, defeats the point. If you could do the multiple attacks with a rapier, that'd be nice. But at that point, what do you need? You know, a fighter, for example. If your monk can do all that. Come on. I think it's 2 attacks around or 1. It's just the 1. Why am I thinking light crossbows attack twice per round as opposed to the heavy ones? Oh, glove of the yellow rose +1. Already had one of those and we sold it. Okay, so there's a lot here. Let's come up again. This room is a storeroom. It's locked. It's not trapped.
My steel will strike true.
There we go. Okay, we've got 2 boss fights left. One in either room. This one first.
You will regret that.
We're doing quite well. That wasn't too shabby at all. Okay. These are not trapped. I think this is not trapped. Let me just give it a second. What have we got? 48. No, it's not trapped. Okay. So this is a large box. It's the first of your options for inventory management. So the way it works is just open it and you've got more slots to fill. Alright, so you can put something in there. And in future you'll find backpacks basically that offer weight reduction bonuses as well. So when you start hitting the limits of your carry weight, if you've got those backpacks you can put it in there and it can either halve the weight or take 40% off or negate the weight altogether. Okay. Okay, this guy is tough. I said that continuously and I've been surprised by how easy I've gone through him. So let's see if we can do it with this guy. I'm not going to flurry. I want to connect as often as possible. I'm happy with 2 attacks per round. So far so good. This guy should be tougher. It's probably just my level. Try to get here at level 6. Right? Too easy. Another gauntlet. Interesting. So that's 3 altogether in terms of gauntlets. Alright, so we've come out from the tavern to this random looking house, which is Actually, right next to the house that we looted before, with the giant spider on this end, and the trapped room next to the sorcerer on that end. Alright, so the options for going down are twofold. Into the cellars, into the abattoir. Abattoir? Aqueduct. Into the aqueduct. So one where we were before. So now that we've got the note, should be able to open this. Bingo. Alright. And we've got a reception party. Great. Okay. Oh, 2 casters. Brilliant. Alright, let's take him out.
Both walk away from this.
Time to get what's coming to you!
Alright, once you kill them, loot. Okay. Now, this guy, he's a boatman here. He saw Vengal and his Chelik, his mutinous second in charge, come down this way, and he can take you to their location. We're not going to engage with him yet, though, because there is another way down here, and we're also farming XP as much as possible. So this is option number 1, quite straightforward. Option number 2 is a bit more convoluted. Not really, but actually before we go to option number 2, we're going to make a slight detour. This is another tavern called, what's the name of it? The Golden Apple. Alright, so let's hop in here. And you can speak to the owner, which is Gilda here. Sorry, but the kitchen is closed tonight, not much business. What with the plague and all. Have you seen anything strange, found anything odd? Well, yes, actually, a smuggler's coin, I think it's called. I don't get them. I get them from time to time, odd looking things. She doesn't understand the value of a smuggler's coin. So you can ask her for it. Could I have the coin, please? I suppose. Gerald usually gets them anyway. I get them occasionally from Chelik and Vengal. Nice boys. Alright, and then you can interrogate her further, but we're just going to take the coin and run. Sorry to have bothered you. Okay, no trouble, no trouble. So we've got 1 smuggler's coin from there. There's a storeroom here, which we can briefly loot. None of this should be trapped. There we go. Okay, and then finally we go upstairs. And there should be 2 bandits here, muggers, yep. Right, these guys will have coins on them as well. And there's also some barrels. Right, let's loot the barrels. And the remains, okay, arrow. This should have coins, I hope. Yep, 2 coins there. Okay, beautiful. So that should be the totality of smugglers' coins available. So whatever we've got, there's 8 there. And that's basically it. So our budget of coins is 8. Unless we missed a smuggler outside somewhere. Alright, so where we're going to for the other entrance to the aqueduct is south. So to this building here, right next door. Ah, there's another ruffian. There we go. Maybe there is more coins. Yes, there is. Okay, beautiful. Now we've got 10. Okay, so in here, if you read the shingle, the sign says, the Silver Sales Trading Company, no entry, vermin infestation. Sounds charming. So what do? We enter, naturally. We can put up some light. And he's one-handed.
Don't walk away from this.
I know that if you're at a higher level, occasionally they'll mix in spiders as well. Alright, so there's 2 ways you can go, that way or left or right. We're going to go upstairs and then come down and go through there. Okay, there's no traps here by memory. There's some foes in here, including one spider. Ah, yeah, okay. So there's a web that can entangle you, which basically means you're going to be rooted to the spot. Try and avoid it. I mean, it makes you a bit more vulnerable to getting hit. So why take that risk? Okay, spiders should go down pretty easily. And the Ettercap. That's the creature that actually casts the web. Okay. Again, we're getting basically spell components, Fire Beetle's belly, or the Ettercap's silk gland. Not interested in either. Let's just go here. You can vendor it, but it's not worth my time. Alright, so invisibility, that sounds nice. What was here? Yeah, okay. In here, okay. 2 items, one definitely trapped, and note the scorch marks, it's a deadly one. This one is not trapped and is in fact open. So let's go here, let's see if yep, we can definitely break it with the crossbow. Yeah, don't thump this directly, otherwise it will kill you. $51 bolts left. Wish there was a progress bar here in terms of how much damage the chest has taken. We'll get there eventually. Okay. You know, I don't bother doing all this once I get improved invasion. Because it's gauntlets and dragon blood. Okay, so that'll go here. Very nice. Alright, so we continue onwards. Okay, I think there's a trap in here. Just going to play it safe. Maybe I'm wrong. There is traps here though. Somewhere. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. A bit later on there's definitely traps.
We won't both walk away from this.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. I think that door's trapped, or somewhere here is trapped. I think it's a door. There's definitely a trap here. Oh. Okay, there it is. That's pretty obvious. And it is a door. Okay. So we can use range on the door. Yeah, we can. It's not a lethal trap. I could punch it and just tank the damage. But there is a fight behind it. If I can take it out with range, or to just be in the habit of doing it. So let's okay, arrow the vampire. Again, I'm running out of bolts, aren't I? 30 bolts left. There we go. Alright, so inside you can see there's a sword spider. They do poison you as well. Yeah, they do. I was going to say they don't, but they actually do. I believe they do. I got hit. I didn't save for poison, so maybe they don't. Yeah, I guess they don't. Hence the word sword spider. Okay. 3 cocoons. Antidote, armor. It's bringing up my weight significantly. Alright. Okay, now here there is a boss fight with a bloated spider. It's not going to be pretty. So I'm going to up my armor class to 25. Okay. Let's start off with a ranged attack. Door won't be trapped. Don't go into there. You don't need to be rooted down. That's a great opening salvo. Okay. But unfortunately we got poison straight away. Wow, it's a stronger poison too. So is there a restoration? Take it. I've got 4 of them. So drink that. At least you got your strength back. So it's gone from 7 back to 12 or 14. But I'm still poisoned. Yeah, that'll kick in again later on. Again, you could try and kite this spider. Don't follow it into the trap. We're doing well, all things considered. Bit unfortunate we got hit straight off the wicket though. Nice. Okay, and just in time. So the secondary effect of the poison kicked in, and now we're at full health again. So, yeah. So we can just sleep this off. No need to use a potion, even though technically we could. Okay. And there's some chests here. If memory serves, these are not trapped. Yep. And lesser restoration. Yeah, this looks clear. Gloves of the Rose, we've got those as well. Okay, so this is a second way down to the aqueducts. Alright, and you will find there are going to be traps along the way. Like there. Not lethal per se, but annoying. I think there's one there, yep. And you'll notice I can actually straddle the actual water itself, the water channel. Here they're doing acid damage. I do find I can tank it, but you don't want to keep them alive too long. Bombardier beetles. Okay. Beautiful. Now remember the boatman? There he is. Alright. Okay, but before we speak to him, let's quickly heal. Alright, and if you open here, there's an old note. Tooth of the Forge. What could possibly be the Tooth of the Forge? If you go to your items collected from the logbook, a Tooth of the Forge, it might be a ceremonial sword. So let's pop it in there in the chest, and bingo, the door opens. Right. And this is an old artifact that we're recovering for the Temple of Tyr. Sarcophagus won't be trapped. Ancient symbol of Tyr. And there's a trap. Or the ambush, if you like. Pretty straightforward, just a couple of undead and zombies. There's no other loot in here. Easy peasy. Alright, now there's another trap here somewhere. There it is. And there's an unavoidable trap, unless you're a rogue, along here. Now, we'll just eat that trap. Okay, our reflex save was good enough to avoid it with evasion. Okay, in case you're trying to work out where we came through previously, like I am, we came through here? I'm not sure, to be honest. Huh. I guess, no, this was never locked though. If you come down this way, it's never locked. So, where was that locked door that we opened? It must have been... Let me think about this. So, where were those chests that we opened and looted? Was it here? No, that goes to the other room. I'm confused. I remember when we opened the other, when we came down through the other side, the boatman was there. So I'd like to say it was here. Interesting. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're here now. Okay, loot these chests. And then we're going to talk to the boatman. Too easy. Alright, now we speak to the boatman.
What? Hello?
You look like you belong down there, down here. It will be nice to have a new best friend. Sewers get lonely. Aqueducts. Hang on, what? Aqueducts. I meant aqueducts. Whatever. Okay. Please pardon my confusion. I'm still... Yeah, mine too, buddy. I'm still getting the hang of this new beautification program the city has put in place. The finer points of it seem to be giving things pretty names. Sewers become aqueducts, waste becomes surplus resource, and my cushy job as the castle becomes tour guide to the freaking sewers, but I'm not bitter. Okay. Has anyone else passed? Well, now, actually, there was a couple of groups I saw heading downstream. I thought it was a bit odd, but they didn't bother me. The first was just one man on his own, older gents and dressed in quite the finery. He looked like he knew where he was going. After him was a rough lot, and they looked like they had blood on their minds. Seemed a bit unsure where they were going though. Can you take me downstream? Well, I can't leave my post here. An emergency might arise and my special expertise might be needed. It could happen. I can send you down on your own. It ain't dangerous, leastwise I don't think so. Just say the word and you're good to go. Okay, send me downstream. Yes sir, merrily, here you go. Very good. Alright, so we're approaching final boss fight area. And you can see commentary here. There's a great commotion from the passage ahead. The sounds of battle ring loud against stone. Okay.
Founder, you are not. I won't let you squander this opportunity. You'll start with me as worth a fortune. This life is measured by more than wealth, my boy. You are going to auction the thing yourself. That's for showmanship. Make them think the prize is lost, and they respect you all the more when they get it.
Right. Okay, so let me just pause it here. So we got Chalik, the second in charge, the rebellious one, and Vengel, who's got what we're after, water Dahavian creature, or at least the feather of one. And they're facing off each other. We're going to, you actually able to stand aside and just quietly buff up, which we're definitely going to do. So Barkskin from 22 to 25. Cat's Grace from 25 to 26. Potion of Hour's Wisdom, because the monk gets a benefit from high wisdom. 26 to 29. And what the hell, let's give him the bull strength as well. So from 14 strength, he goes to 17. Okay, I love it. Alright. We'll also go, just for a cherry on top, because we've got so many of them, a potion of bless. I could do aid. Okay, fine. Let's do aid as well. Alright. Now, you can talk to them, have a nice dialogue. I just like to run in and hit one. Now, be careful of their sneak attacks. At this armor class, only a critical should be able to hit me. Love how this guy's, you know, backing you. Vingel, Bloodsail's got your back. Arrows away! And then not shooting. I can actually flurry this. I just realised. It's got so many bonuses to hit now. Oof. Got lucky. That's it. We punched his clock. Too easy. Alright. So, gold. I think there's a magical magical rapier. +1. Very nice. And here we go. Fairy dust. We want that. And remember that amulet I mentioned it earlier on? There it is. The one that we can hand in to the guy and get a quest reward. Alright, so there's a chest here. It shouldn't be trapped, but will overburden us? No, because we've got a buff to our strength at the moment. So let's use that. Now we've got the option of killing Vengal or letting him go. Farming XP wise, we should kill him, I suppose. We're lawful neutral, so we can do that. Yeah, let's be ruthless. And plus, you need to see what he's capable of if you do decide to go down this route. So, let's kill him. Let's kill his buddies first. Yeah, he's using a ranged weapon. Now, if you don't kill him and talk to him, he will just say, freely offer to surrender it. It was all showmanship. It was all for a bit of a lark. It's actually a pretty bad thing I'm doing. But I didn't pretend to be good. I'm neutral. So, and plus, you learn what he's capable of if you are evil or neutral and you want to do it yourself. And we are farming XP after all. Listen to me justify this callous act. Okay. Almost done. There he goes. 490 XP. Kind of worth it, to be honest. And that's what you get for dicking around with the cure to a plague, dude. Alright, and there it is. Cockroach's feather. And we get that nice music. Alright, I'm going to hurry up before the strength bonus runs out. So, several things to do here. One is, we've now got 10 coins we can spend. So, we're going to hurry up and spend those. We don't need to clear the loot. Oh, we can actually, because that'll clear our weight burden as well. So where's the tavern? Yeah, okay. Alright. Greetings to yourself. Let's look at your special items. And now we just decide what we want to buy. So 15 and 5, I'm just seeing if there's anything for sale at 10. There's 9 there. They've got one 14 coin item in miscellaneous. So the shield is closest. Let's have a look at weapons again. Yeah, 5. If I get the 5, there's nothing else I can get. Oh no, I can get 2 items. Leather armor. Let's get that. And the Morning Star. That's it. We've bought all the items. No more coins. And now we're going to sell off some mundane items. So, identify this. Gloves of the Long Death, interesting. Gloves of the Hidden Fist, also interesting. They're only +1 items. You can sell these unidentified, but you only get like 1 gold. Never forget to identify. Long Death again. Let's sell it off. Old boots sold. Yellow rollers sold. Okay. I'm going to keep the magical rapier, wherever it is. And same with the dire mace. I think I can enhance those and sell them for more. So change cert. Let's get rid of it. Same with the leather armor and the Morning Star. It's a bit of weight, but we're fine. Okay, now my strength has dropped, so my buffs have worn off. Anything to buy from here? Not really. No. Alright. Oh, there's more stuff here. Okay. Robe of Fire Resistance, +1 rapier, we're going to keep that. +1 longsword, we're going to keep. +1 Long Death, we're going to sell. Alright, that's all the stuff I want to get rid of. So now we're all of a sudden 8,000 gold. A lot better. And a ton of magical items as well. So, as you can tell, there's been a spike in our wealth. Alright, final thing to do is hand in an amulet. Now you can keep the amulet and it'll give you a +1 to armor class. Or you can get some gold for about 400. I think it's 400 gold it gives you. I don't need the +1 armor class. We'll just sell it off to him. He's asking for Chelik. He's an amulet, and he's forgotten him. Forgotten. I told you he was not to be trusted. Yes, quite aware of what you said, my dear. Now, will you just let me speak to this nice man? Masterton, I believe I have an amulet of yours. Wonderful. Snatched from fate and returned to family Masterson. You see, Agnes, we Mastersons get things done, whatever. So you can ask for a reward or you can just give it to him. I think in either case he gives you money. Let's just give it to him just to confirm that. Here you go, I'm pleased to return it. You gain 150 XP, you shift towards good, and he gives you 400 gold. There you go. Now I just have to get out of here. We can't break quarantine, but we barricade the manor. Very good. All right. So that's it. We should be able now just to recall. Anything else left undone in this district? No, we've basically cleared everything. So now let's just recall back. Alright. We can run over here to the Temple of Tyr and hand in that amulet that we found to Arlith.
To you again. It is good to see you return to this house of Tyr.
I hope there's been some progress. Yes, there is. I have an artifact from one of the tombs. You do? Wonderful. Please tell me what it is that you found. Describe the recovery of the ancient holy symbol of Tyr. We have not seen the like of these in many, many years. It brings new light to the wisdom of Haluth Never and his companions. As I said, you are to be rewarded. Here, take this 200 gold. It's not much, but there's more to come. Your efforts are appreciated. A light has been cast on Haluth Never and his life, but there's still more to find. There are further artifacts on his travels. Third time that they're telling us this. Return to me when you find them. I shall reward you fairly, plus more when they are all recovered. And you reply, I shall return if I find more. Tyr guides you in this journey. Okay, very good. Very good. So straight away we're between the amulet and this, well, the two amulets really that we just handed in. That's 600 gold. Our wealth is now 8,939. Alright, so we go to Arabeth.
Welcome back. You have done a great thing in recovering the first of the reagents for us.
Now,
One small step towards our ultimate goal.
I want to get healed. And then tell her I've recovered one of the reagents.
Well done. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Explain about the cockroaches in the docks district.
That old scoundrel? I suppose I cannot expect such men to give up their ways, even in times like this, where others have found only failure. You have discovered shining success. Neverwinter is in your debt. Battling the plague has drained the coffers of Neverwinter. I regret I cannot offer you more than 500 gold pieces for all you have accomplished.
So when she's offering the 500 gold, if you want to be a goody good shoes, I can't even say it these days. If you want to be really good, like you're a paladin or something, you can decline the gift of 500, and that will raise your esteem in her eyes. And you get an alignment shift as well. I just thank her.
Is there something else you
I want the money. I say goodbye.
May Tyr guide your steps.
Alright, so now we've found two of the items that we needed out of the 4. And if you speak to her again, actually, let's change, oops, cancel. Game options, sound. Her voice volume's a bit low. So now when you speak to her,
One of the bards here in Castle Never is composing a song to honor your adventures during the recovery of the second reagent. I believe I heard Lord Nasher himself humming the tune in the halls. People are beginning to take notice of you.
right, I mean, that's interesting. There you go.
Farewell.
So it does evolve in terms of her responses, depending on how successful you are. Okay, so that basically brings things to a close. I only wanted to do the one reagent at a time, so we'll leave it here for now. Actually, you know what I might do, just to avoid confusion, I might just park him in front of where we're going next. So that would be, we're going to pick up a quest from this dude.
Greetings. Blessings of the Earth Mother Shrontia and the Tree Father Sylvanus upon you. I am Nyatar, in the service of nature.
I'm Alvin Desch. I have questions. I'll assist if I can, but mind your tone in the presence of nature. I favour balance in all things, including within those people I must associate with. What is your position here? I see to it that the city does not trip too far from balance. The concerns for natural elements are kept a priority. It's not easy in these times. You would not understand. Only a brother in nature could fully appreciate what needs to be done, how vital my task is. Persuade, I might still be able to help. Success. If you get a failure, just keep trying to persuade. You can repeat this. Perhaps I was too quick to judge. It seems sincere enough. You might be able to understand why this is so important. Many people are falling to the plague, but animals suffer as well. They suffer in cages in the Black Lake District Lodge. There is a zoo in Neverwinter. It is operated by a hunter and his quote-unquote noble entourage. It is not clean, it is not compassionate, and it is not right. The animals within are mistreated. The zoo seems small next to the plague. Your attitude is the majority. I was working to have it closed, but the plague has delayed that indefinitely. The officials I spoke with are among the plague dead. It has given the zoo a reprieve. They know the law is turning against them, but now they have time to cover their actions. I fear the animals will simply be killed and made into trophies. All creatures deserve charity. The bear, panther, wolf and lion, all four should be rescued. Okay, I will help you free these animals. I was hoping you would say that. Let me give you a few things to help you in your task. I've thought long about what is required. This key will grant access to the zoo. My animal companion, quote unquote, found it, and I made copies. Guards may try to stop you, but doors will not. This is a transportation via plant scroll. Use it on the large tree near the zoo, and any of the animals you lead there will be teleported here. And take this scented fetish. It will let you speak to the animals with the skill of a druid or a ranger. Please lead the animals to the large tree and free them. There we go. So, I like animals, so we will definitely help free the animals. There is no problemo there. But before we go do that, there's something else we've got to check out, which is this building here, which is it's called Shining Knights in Arms and Armour. What's special about this building is that you speak to Durga here.
Hello?
Yes, what? Come on. The Shining Knight is a business, not a charity. Let's see your gold. And you can ask, you say, I want to ask you some questions. Just a merchant, what is it you want me to say? I'm looking for premium equipment. Not sure what you're after. Really, my stock is the best you'll find for honest coin. Of course, it's not like you'd really know. I mean, I might have a special store of things for a true fighting man, but you ain't one. Persuade. Times are too hard to limit your sales like that. Come on. Success. Well, I guess you're right. Merrick doesn't like selling premium items to people he's not sure. Sorry. Merrick doesn't like selling premium items to people he's not sure know how to take care of them. But business is business. Take this wardstone. It will get you into the back room. There's where Merrick makes the good stuff. He'll take care of you. Okay, and say goodbye. Now you can have a look at what he's selling. It's just non-magical gear, basically. So we go around here now that we've persuaded him to give us entry, and we can speak to Marek. Now, in this room is where you can make magical items, weapons to be precise, in this forge. So firstly, speak to Marek.
Hello there!
By the hells, Durga's been letting the worst rebel in here. What you want from Marek? What is it exactly you do here? I'm a weapon and armor smith, blah blah blah. What kind of things would component items be? Well, if I need stuff like adamantite and ironwood and diamonds and dragon blood and fairy dust and holy water and gargoyle skulls and adamantine. Alright? Then I take a magic version of the item you want and combine it with the things to make something different. Do you have examples? Give me some idea of what you need. And when you ask that, he gives you a book called The Recipes of the Forge. So, blah, 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 and you just get out of the conversation. Alright, so here, now we have a book. There it is, Recipes of the Forge. And now we can look at it. So, we can look at armor and axes and see that with a chromatic breastplate can be made by using a diamond and a set of magical armor whose armor class is 6. So we've got, let's see, what do we have? Armor class 2. Okay, let me just, you know what, let me just sort things out here for a second. Let's make things easy by putting all the magical stuff that we could enhance in one place. Okay. Okay, that's the lot for now. Alright, and the book itself will bring down as well. Alright, so total AC is 2. Let's see if we got armor that works on that. No, 3, 5 or 6, so I can render this. Alright. Let's see, hand axe, great axe, double axe, ironwood mace. So we've got a mace, don't we? Morningstar, okay, my bad. So, great axe, hand axe, magic club, we had one, I think we got rid of it. The mace is there. There's a flail, light hammer, light flail, mace again, Morningstar. So requires fairy dust and the magic Morningstar. Beautiful. So we got both of those. So we can go to the forge. We can put in the Morningstar. We got fairy dust somewhere. Here it is. Alright, put in there. Don't do multiple combinations, just one at a time. Speak with him. I want you to make an item for me. Okay, I'll see if there's some stuff on the anvil. Let's take a quick look. Look at that, fairy dust. I can combine with the magic Morningstar, and we can create the drone. He'll ask for coin, 500 gold, but it sells for more than that. So give him the 500, and bingo, it's done. So now, if we open it, alright, let me have a good look at it. Let's put it down with the other stuff. Alright, so now, it's called Drone Plus One. It's got a description that Marek made it. And now it does, on a hit, slow, DC 14, 50% for 2 rounds. So that's beautiful. Monk can't use it, but a rogue could. or any fighter using a simple weapon. Alright, DC is pretty low, but you know, occasionally that would get off. So that'll sell for something. So that's for sale, that's for sale. We can use a rapier, so let's keep looking, see if there's anything there about a rapier or a longsword. Okay, so where were we? There's drone, rune hammer, great sword, katana, astral blade longsword. Requires a diamond and a magic longsword. Namara rapier requires dragon blood and a magic rapier. Well, we've got a diamond and we've got dragon blood, so we can do both of those. So let's do dragon blood and a rapier, I believe is what he said.
Hello there!
Want to make an item. Here's your 500. And now we've got it back. And now Namara, it does DC 14 days for 1 round, 75% chance. So days is like a stun for 1 round. If you're a rogue and you've got the rapier and you stun them, you're doing sneak attacks. So you're doing 2d6, 3d6, whatever your sneak attack bonus is at that stage. That's beautiful. So that's a great weapon. I can actually use it. Again, I don't think I would, because I'd lose out on multiple attacks, and I can stun them anyway if I wanted to. DC is actually higher on my stun, I believe. But it's nice to know I've got that option, but I'll probably end up vendoring it. So we got the longsword also, and the diamond. No, what was it? Was it? Yeah, there it is, diamond. Okay, had it the wrong place. Okay.
Hello there!
And when you make an item, here's your 500. And now we've got the astral blade. Astral blade, pretty straightforward. Does an extra 1d4 sonic damage. Good if you want to open up a chest or something and you don't have multiple attacks, or or like my gloves do 1 damage extra, or if I'm using ranged, then it's, whatever the ranged is, occasionally get through. Speaking about range, well, we've got the crossbow. Just want to see if there's any ranged options here. Mace, Morningstar, blades, 2-handed sword. So if I'd kept it, I could have made something with it. Short sword, halberd, scythe, spear and sickle. So there's no ranged weapon alteration. Yeah, hand axe, maces, flails, hammers, light flail, mace, Morningstar, rune hammer. Yeah, no. Okay, good to know. Alright, so that's it. So we've spent 1,500 gold on doing this little exercise. But as I said before, we don't actually need them. So I will keep the sword, just in case there's something that is immune to bludgeoning. I can use it as a backup. And it's doing just straight damage as opposed to a stun. So I'm going to sell... Was it dire mace there? Let's have a look here. Magic dire mace. Okay, so we'll keep it on. Keep this for later on. Okay.
Hello?
Let's have a look at your equipment. Now, I want him to be favourable. He's unfavourable to me. So I'm not going to sell it to him. Let's just look at the value, 18.99. So I know that the merchants at the, where was it? Ah, here. This merchant here was favourable.
Hail to ye!
Yeah, it still is. Yeah, so he buys it for more, 2,278, as opposed to 18.99. So yeah, that clarifies that. Sell only to vendors who are favourable. All right, so we can sell this 239. Sell the drone for 2,600. You know, remember we had a 500 investment. And sell Never Sleep for 1,974. Beautiful. If I felt inclined, I could sell the Astral Blade for another 2,200. I'm not going to do that though. I'll hang on to it. Alright. Very good. I'll just keep it here for now. Okay, that's a plot item. That's a plot item. Stick it to the zoo. I'm not a fan of this large box, so I'm going to drop it. You can't actually vendor it. And what I will get is some bolts. I am running low on bolts. Alright, that should do it. Again, everything's all over the place, which is a hell of an annoyance to me. That's fine, that's fine. Okay. Alright, the rest is kind of messy, but I'll live with it. Actually, I won't, not if I keep looking at it. Okay. Alright, so now that my OCD has been satisfied, that I didn't know I had, we can move on. Okay, the rest is pretty neat. Alright, storeable. The only other thing I could do is get a magical cloak, but we'll worry about that next time. What we need to do now is leave the way we came. Let's just check. Yeah, okay. So we haven't looted here either. So we'll just open this up. Very good. Wow, we're only 1,000 XP off the next level. That's excellent. Come on, break it down. Oh, we could use a new sword here, couldn't we? Let's try it. One bonus damage. Another one. 3. Okay, so I'm consistently punching for 1. This thing's giving me 1, 1, 3, 1. And 3 again. So yeah, I suppose there might be an argument to say the sword is better. Maybe just. It's not a lot in it, to be honest. Alright, so... this is where we're going to start off next. Let's go in the district. Oh no, this is wrong. No. Should not be here yet. Wrong side. Give me a second. Wrong side. My bad. It's a good thing I walked in there. Okay, it's on the other side of this building. Alright. That's better. Alright, let's save it here. Done. Alright, we're going to call it here. Thank you for watching. Any questions, just put it in the comments below. If not, like it if you liked it, and if you didn't like it, then I'm amazed you're still here. But I thank you regardless. So yeah, signing off until next time.